We're good. We're live.
First day he's bossing us around.
Shit.
Oh, I get paid. So
Bro, I saw his shit by my desk.
He shat by your desk?
Yeah.
Why did he shit by your desk?
He shat by my fucking desk.
Gross. That's gross, bro. The toilets are down the other end. Oh, my God.
It's crazy.
Does he think he's getting a desk?
It was like grey with like yellow.
What?
Yeah, it was gross.
Bro.
Why does your stool look like that? Don't know.
What he's wondering is why is he getting ripped into at 8 a.m. in the morning for no reason. That's because we're tired, and this whole show is going to be that. We didn't go to bed till 2 a.m. Are we live? Oh, oops.
Are you still drunk?
I don't know. Do you have any funny stories?
Okay, so I showed up to Stan and Claire's house yesterday for a catch up. I bring a wine.
What time?
6 on the dot to the T. 6. Show up, got my bottle of wine. I know exactly the one that Claire likes, so I got one. Walk on up. I'm like, here, I got this wine for you. And she's like, and she's bought 2 of the same bottle as well. So we've got 3 bottles of wine at this point. It's 6. 3 full bottles of wine.
You pissheads.
And
what did Alistair have?
6 cans of Guinness. You can make up the rest.
And then Joni left at 1:30. I couldn't get it out of my house.
Bro.
I was like, go. I don't like you. Go home. Why are you here? Why are you been here for 7.5 hours?
Our allocated book time was 6 to 7:30.
I gotta tell Shy next time you make sure my meetings stay at 7:30. Where were you at 7:30 to kick out the meeting?
Oh my God. But crazy. Do you know what's crazy? You know how you told me that drug that you gave me was gonna fix my eczema? I didn't wake up the whole night. It's probably not the drug. Obviously, I was like kind of drunk, so I was falling asleep. But I woke up today, and typically I wake up and I'm just like in hives, like I'm scratching. Yeah. Nothing. Literally nothing. So essentially, if you've got eczema, just like get drunk every night.
Well, we did realise, because we talked a lot about Joni's eczema, because it's been affecting her a lot lately. And then we realised that you didn't have it in New York, but you're also drunk the whole time in New York.
So I think alcohol fixes it.
Become an alcoholic. That is terrible, terrible advice. All right, that's our fun story. That's as deep as we go on yesterday's conversations. Joni fucking having a meltdown.
Okay, Karen.
Was it not?
Yeah, for like the last 3 hours it was. How lucky am I?
Today we got the Department of Information to talk about.
Woo.
Have you watched these guys?
Yeah, this morning on the toilet.
I saw them for the first time because of the one that I think it was Malfa Park or something, and there was like this black dude. There was like some gang dude that they were talking about, and it was funny. But then I was speaking the other day about it, and Ollie was like, "Oh,
love them.
Do you want to meet them?" He's like, "That's my mates."
Not surprised.
Yeah, so they're all Ollie's friends, which is quite cool.
That's cute.
So he's going to try to get him in on the podcast.
That's cool.
Anyway, they're pretty cool.
Full stop.
Is that it? End.
No.
Move on. Question time. No. What are you saying? If Joni falls asleep during this episode, I wouldn't be surprised. Joni's probably had all of 3.5 hours of sleep.
The whole week.
And all of it was last night.
Yeah, all my sleep came from last night. That's crazy.
I am actually a little bit surprised you turned up.
Why?
Just a little bit.
Why?
I don't know.
I wake up and I'm like, oh, I got to do the thing, so I'm gonna go do the thing.
Yeah, I know. I'm proud of you.
No one understands anything. This is crazy right now.
Okay.
All right. I like their stuff. Obviously, street interviews, right?
Yeah.
Street interviews and infinite amount of people means infinite amount of ideas.
Yeah.
Not that you can't have an infinite amount of ideas. It's that, you kind of crack it a little bit when you're basing it off something as infinite as like different people, which is cool. But also I like that their interviews aren't stock standard. It's all for some reason like around that person and what's happening in that person's life currently at that point in time. It's not
Yeah. I get you.
I don't know, some stock standard question or whatever. I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah, that's actually an interesting point. It's like, I mean, it's also almost like a correspondent. It reminds me of like Jordan Kepler or whatever his name is. You know, from do you know who I'm talking about? Anyone? No. The guy from Daily Show, Jordan Kepler. I'm sure that's his name. And he does all the he goes and interviews Trump supporters. And just the things that they say, and he eggs them on. That guy. He they're not quite as funny as he is, but they're talking to these people and these the Scottish guys at the game, or the guys on the bikes or whatever. He's talking to them in a way that's he makes them look kind of silly, or they kind of make them look kind of silly, but also human at the same time.
Yeah.
They look human as in these are just normal people saying things.
Yep.
But when you really listen to the thing that they're saying, you're like, that's not normal. Does that make sense? As in
because it's such a typically an opinion that's quite I don't know. I think they're strongly opinionated about something.
Yeah. It's things that you don't need to be strongly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's kind of funny. It's kind of like an insight into the human condition of things that you just wouldn't otherwise see. How many people in the country know much about this bike life?
I don't know. Do you know?
Oh, it's a real thing out south.
Yeah, I feel like I know, but that's why I'm asking Abdel and Annalise if they know.
What did they say? No.
Don't know about bike life.
But both of them didn't spend a lot of time here, right? How much of your life have you spent here? 7, 8 years. And what are you, 4 months?
Well, I was born here.
Yeah, but...
I would, so
okay, born here until when?
Until I was 2.5, so yeah.
So it doesn't count. So 4 months.
4 months.
So it's a real South Auckland thing. Anyway, that's the point. But this is the best episode. This is almost better than that other one we did, where we didn't talk.
What, my cutting fruit? Wait, which one? Is there questions?
Yeah, for us.
Thank God.
Okay, I'm ordering pizza. Which pizza should I order?
Pepperoni.
Cheesy garlic.
Cheese and garlic and pepperoni.
Yeah. Cheesy garlic and pepperoni, yeah.
What's your McDonald's order?
Bacon and egg McMuffin combo, hot chocolate and a hash brown. What?
My McDonald's order, Big Mac large combo with Coke no sugar, Coke no zero,
and a McChicken.
And a McChicken. And if I'm hungry, a cheeseburger.
I thought Joni was the head of marketing, but you have a manager?
No,
she's not.
I don't have. No, I'm a TikToker. Why are you looking at me like that?
No. She's not head of marketing.
I'm not.
She never was head of marketing.
No, I could never.
Why are you awake and perky this early?
Perky? I'm so perky. I'm glad you asked.
We're not perky.
I'm
we
so
so tired.
perky.
I literally got to sleep about 5 to 2 last night.
Yeah, 2.
2 a.m.
Yep. That checks out. Do you know what's crazy last night? So obviously, like, we get home, whatever. I'm like pissed. So I need to eat something, but there's nothing in the house that I want to eat because I'm like anti-gluten, anti-dairy, all of this bullshit because I'm trying not to have inflammatory foods. I'm like, nah, I can't do this. So I like grabbed cereal, one of the cereals. It's not gluten-free or anything. Just I started chowing on it. Fucking Stickos. Do you guys know what Stickos are? Anyway, Filipino, like we have these stick little wafer things. I was just like having them by like 4. Just chip. Anyway, that holy shit, that is good.
What is it?
Stickos? They're like wafer stick, like in a
sweet.
cylinder.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. I gotcha. I know what
So
you're talking about.
good. So good. Eating
the
those by
Japanese
4.
things.
Just kept going. Look at me today. I feel better than I ever about my eczema the past month. Hello. Fuck this. No gluten, no dairy. But is it? I don't know.
Okay, cool. So that was a good answer.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Charlotte's going to be so angry when she sees this episode and how little it does to promote our newsletter.
Oh my gosh, subscribe to our newsletter.
Do you have a job for a British person in payroll?
No.
Why would I consider it more if you were British? I feel like that was the point of you saying British. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, do I have a spot for specifically a British person in payroll?
I think because they meant location. As in they're in Britain.
Well, what if they're not? What if it's like,
Are they in
what
Britain?
if it's Annalise who just messaged herself?
We don't have room for Annalise.
Annalise just messaged in. She was like, I actually want to do payroll.
I've decided recently when we go to hire that one of the core things we should look out for is people who know how to dress properly.
She dressed like you today.
Yeah. Once. I bet you in like an hour she'll have a fucking tie wrapped around her neck with some fucking purple hat on.
She dressed like you today. It's good.
Next question. Oh,
How
this
much?
is going to be really good on camera.
That's angle.
How much do you make, Stan?
Money wise. Currently I'm getting paid 48,000 New Zealand dollars a year.
Same as Claire.
Less than everyone else.
The least.
The least. That'll go up soon though because I'm going to America and I need more money. I mean, if you think about it, like, how much do you make is a weird question because, like, I own the business, so I also
Value.
make all the asset value, and this business would sell for a few $1 million. So if you average that out over 4 years, I've made like, I don't know, $1 million a year.
That's cool.
I don't know how much it would sell for. I reckon it would sell for a few million.
What makes you think that? Just interested.
Because this year, if we tried to, and I didn't reinvest it all when we hunkered down, we'd make $1 million easy in profit.
Nice. What do you
It's-
mean by hunker down? Like we
Like
didn't
s-
hire people and we didn't start
Like,
looking into the new office.
Like
and-
his role that we've just hired him
Yeah.
for is not needed in that sort of business.
right.
Neither is your role,
Yeah.
like your TikTok role, your internal content creator.
Yeah.
Your strategist role is probably needed, but your internal content creator, Laura's role.
Like if you niche
Shy's role.
down. So like the whole internal team is not really.
Wipe them out. Leash, gone.
That's crazy.
You don't need Nate except for strategy. But if you only had a few clients, you probably don't need Nate.
Contract him. Not even.
Just do it myself because it's not that much because I'm not bringing on new clients all the time trying to grow.
That's crazy.
I don't need a
Interesting.
lane.
So it would just like if you wanted to just churn in this little circle of like what profit
Mm.
just over and over.
Turn away clients that I didn't want
Want?
that were too, just only took on, just replaced small with big.
Crazy. Then, okay, carry on, Annalise. No, I'm fine.
Would you guys ever offer a graduate job program?
One day in the future we probably will, but it's costs a lot of money to run a graduate, and we're not big
What-
enough to pay for that.
What is that? What I don't even know what that is.
Graduate programs are like where you come straight out of university. It's like an internship,
Yeah.
but the idea behind it usually lasts like a year. You get paid, and the goal is to have you, by the end of it, start a role. It's kind of like being a squire, almost like it's like,
Esquire.
yeah, it's top of mind from Fallout. But it's like,
I am here to serve you, King Titus.
but it's like, it's kind of like that. It's like some person comes in, they shadow, they have this, they learn all this stuff, they do a bunch of grunt work, but the idea is that they actually get employed at the end. Well, they are employed.
Yeah, but it's that the. Sorry, no, my brain.
Whereas like
is-
our interns, where it's not the goal for us. We don't bring them on to give them jobs. If we do give them jobs, it's because it worked out, but we don't think of it as a
hasn't
recruitment
been,
drive.
Yeah, hasn't been our intention. Yeah, no, okay, I get it.
And there's structure to it. It is like a head of graduate programs. I mean, you'd have to have HR before you even thought about doing that.
Which we don't. So
We do, but we just don't have an internal. I do have people that help me fire you.
yay, have fun.
What does Claire do in the business?
Oh, fuck. What doesn't she do? Puts up with me. Claire's role over time has gotten less and less in the business.
Interactive in the business.
Yeah, because she doesn't need to be and she doesn't want to be. But her main things are anything event related, anything office related, as in like the physical office. And then she takes care of everything me that's not the business, which means I can focus on the business.
It kind of reminds me of like any person who needs to train for any sport or whatever, right? You got your coach and your trainer, and then you have the actual athlete. And like without the coach and the trainer, then the athlete can't like perform because the coach is trying to tell you like, oh, you have to be doing this and you do this and blah, 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 like take care of some other things. And so she just makes sure that he can get into the ring without thinking about anything else.
Yeah.
Fight at full capacity.
What she's trying to say is I'm an athlete. That's what she's trying to say.
You look like one.
Yeah, I know. I'm an athlete.
I mean, you were running
Athlete.
3 minute 20
8. Yeah, I was.
Ks.
I was
Such an athlete.
such an athlete. All right, next question. Move on.
What
Keep it there.
inspired you to start the business?
Oh, I love the Stan fan club.
The shorts is funny. It's just me going. I might as well not be here. Just
Can we
AI
just do
the
a
fuck
short
out
of
of me.
her just doing that, just on repeat, just like all the bits? One inspired me to start the business. I was hoping one day that I'd get to meet Joni, and that was why I started it, because I needed her in my life to make purpose. What do you mean? What inspired me to start the business?
Business inspired you to start business.
Yeah, business.
Well,
Yeah.
like there's so many things, right? Like you could talk about the annoying bits of like hotels and then but like
There's
in
like
terms of-
there's like a catalyst. The
Yeah.
catalyst for me doing it was getting getting fed up while I was on holiday that my bosses were emailing me trying to ask why the hotel wasn't performing when it was, and nothing he ever did was enough. And so I was like, I'm gonna own my own business. I also was at the time my brother started his own business, and he offered both Claire and I a job. I decided not to take it. We decided Claire would take it because she needed more definitive things to be in place for her to quit her job and come. But I knew I could wing it. And then the reason we started this particular business is because this is what people asked me for, because I was building my own personal brand on LinkedIn, and then people wanted me to do it for them, which then turned into this, whatever this is now, this advertising agency that we have. Is that it?
Yep.
All right. Are we going to talk about anything marketing related?
Sure.
How do people copy Department of Information?
Honestly, I think it is an interesting take on interview style things. I know that that's very niche and one kind of thing, but if you are to go out, I think it's a really good example of how to take the person you're interviewing or the talent or whatever and getting them to tell you back a story rather than a very short answer that just people aren't going to really watch, right? Like the best interview questions is because there's some sort of dynamic happening between the interviewer and interviewee, and or the person being interviewed just has this like crazy story. The only thing is you can't see how they get there. Department of what's it called?
Information.
Of Information gets there, which is probably the goal that you'd have to see to understand how they get that person to that point of actually explaining whatever story.
I think that your point before, we get into this problem all the time where we ask people specific questions before warming them up.
Yeah.
And this is what the feedback I gave to Sam for the dating void is that we go straight in heavy. And you guys were talking about like ripping band-aids off and like just like get in there and like give them shit straight away. And I think that if you ease people into an interview and you get them talking a little bit about themselves or what they're doing at that current moment, which these guys do, like, so what's happening? Like, what are you here today for? And then that's a real easy answer because it's like, well, I'm at a protest.
I am doing the thing that you see I am doing.
And so it's real easy to like ask them, and then you can get into deeper and deeper stuff. Like people will start to say more and more crazy stuff the longer you keep them talking.
Yeah.
But you got to get them talking to start with.
Yeah.
And so if you're going to start street interviews, like Dani always does this, like she'll run in street interviews just like real hot and heavy.
Yep.
And like then gets no one. Do you want to go for a date at Taco Bell? No.
Which is like sometimes strategic in some people's content, right? They're like trying to go for the shock factor of it. But 9 times out of 10, that's really tough to get a reciprocated response.
Yeah.
Because you can't.
You catch people off guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't assume what they're going to react. No way.
Whereas like, let's say, because you can always like, and you can always film the outrageous bit after and then cut to their answer. Like, so like, let's say the do you want to go on a Taco Bell date video?
Yeah.
You could have we could have walked up to people and just be like, hey, do you mind if I interview, ask you a few questions? What are you up to today? Oh, I'm just doing this. Like, okay, well, why are you going there? Blah, blah, blah. And then be like, okay, like, I really like this conversation. Like, do you want to continue it on a day at Taco Bell?
Yeah. So different.
And you're probably more likely.
Yeah. And I mean, like, we've done, like, outside of street interviews, like, people's talking heads with clients. Like, that's what we used to do all the time, right? Where it's just, like, let them rattle off for literally 45 minutes. I would just dedicate 45 minutes to make sure that this person just talks to me before I hit record on my camera so that they just feel like they're chatting to me. And then once you get them, like, and you start asking the right questions, it's on.
Yeah.
You get like 20 clips out of them in the 2 hours.
Yeah. Agreed. A good question.
Thoughts on Call Her Daddy?
Honestly, I don't consume it.
Never watched it.
But
Love that she got $400 million.
I'm impressed by her.
I don't know what the number is, but it's huge.
Yeah.
Spotify paid her.
A bunch of dongs.
I'll find out. Can you find out how much Call Her Daddy was paid? It was an outrageous number.
Like
by Spotify.
literally insane to be exclusive, right?
Yeah. Call Her Daddy deal. Yeah.
I mean, that's still huge.
No, that's outrageous. 3-year deal, 60 million. That is stupid money.
20 million a year.
She doesn't have to do any extra work.
She has got it's a dream.
Well, because she's just talent now. I'm in my brain. That's how I see it. I mean, if she is.
Oh yeah,
more
she
than
doesn't. She wouldn't even produce or anything. She just turns
that.
up.
No,
Like me, just talent.
just talent. What?
Just. Yeah, it's finished now, eh? Yeah. And Spotify's not renewing their big deals. They've decided not to. I haven't read the full article, but like Spotify decided that podcasts weren't worth these crazy numbers that they were paying.
It's more so because like they've got the market share now. Like they were going crazy back in the day, like Rogan.
Yeah.
And now they got the people so they can afford to.
And also they just found out like there's not the same return on podcasts as there was on music.
Oh, I see. Okay, right. Okay, I get it.
And Spotify also decided that they need to be the only platform that you listen to things on. This is why they bought audiobooks.
Yeah, yeah.
I just don't know if they'll beat Audible though, in that sense. They'll get a market
Isn't
share.
it still linked though? Like,
What is Audible and
Yeah.
Spotify?
yeah.
No.
No, you just buy on Spotify.
Yeah, so like, I think the way they'll get most people on Spotify is the smart thing is that if you're on a premium subscription, you get a certain amount of minutes every month to listen,
Of a book.
and then you can go on and then buy like you can on Audible, which means like if you aren't a listener of audiobooks, you might first dabble. Whereas in Audible, they used to do like the free book, and you get one free book every time you sign up, and that was your way. But here, you get to like dabble through a whole bunch of books, see what you think.
Yeah,
So I think they have a real smart way of like getting new people on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, no.
Yes.
Thoughts on Taylor Swift's new album?
Oh, I haven't listened to it yet, to be honest. I've
Yeah,
been so busy.
no. I haven't listened to it either.
I mean, I'm going to assume it's great because you would have heard if it wasn't.
Yeah.
Like,
I
if it,
should probably make like 72 TikToks about it today.
oh, for sure.
Yeah.
You got to go find the TikTok trends. What I do love about it is that she can control literally the whole world. Because she's like, oh, I'm doing a new album, so put me back on TikTok. And then they're like, oh, okay, I guess we have to. No, but hang on, we got to take all of our artists off TikTok, Universal. No, but I need to be on it because I've got a new album. Oh, okay. Hey, Instagram,
Taylor Swift is daddy.
I want to change your whole app to suit my needs. Okay.
Him. She is him. Abdel, did I use that right? I'm so hip. I'm so fucking
Yeah, so
hip.
What are Stan's favourite artists?
music artist,
J-Hope.
J-Hope. Only J-Hope because it has J. Cole in it.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, Michael Jackson's up there. No, J. Cole's probably my favourite at the moment, like my currently favourite. For like the last, I don't know, 8-9 years or so. I don't know, maybe like that. Oh, there's two. If you go into more than that, there's too many. Heaps. I love all sorts of music. I'm not locked in on one.
What country are you both from?
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
How much do you think record labels spend on ads?
Oh, billions. Billions. I read an article about Benny when she blew up in 2020. What's it called? Super Normal or something? No, what's it called? What was her big song? Super Lonely. That
Super
song
lonely.
cost $130,000 to push on TikTok.
I mean, successful.
Successful. Had 50,000 videos on something stupid, mate. No, millions, I think.
Like,
So they spend heaps. She was a nobody from New Zealand, and they spent 130 grand or something. Don't take me on that number, but it's six figures. It was massive.
yeah,
And she was nobody at the time.
yeah.
A record label was like, we need to blow this up, push it on TikTok. I mean, blew up.
I mean, the power of
Where is she
money.
now?
Who is she?
Where is she? She needs to bring out another album, or she's going to irrelevant. She's one hit wonder.
Who is she? I don't
Benny.
even know who I'm kidding. Gone. Out of my brain already.
And not just record labels, but we got to go soon. But also brands who pay for the music's licensing for their ads and stuff, like ASB, who paid for Benny. They paid stupid money for that.
I mean, she was also in it as talent, right?
She got paid so much money.
Like-
That was so dumb, and it was so shit. It was so shit. ASB terrible, terrible activation. And they celebrated like it was so good, and it was so, so bad.
ASP, if you need any help, you know where to find us. Thank you. Okay, ciao for now. Bye.